Welcome to the Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To order Brant's latest book, Life is Hard, God is Good, Let's Dance, or to find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.
I wanted to say this because I always want to encourage people in the space of relationship. We talk about it all the time. And I am not married, don't have kids. I had a thing this weekend. By the way, thank you to the few of you who drove to Pittsburgh to be a part of the thing that I had for my mom. I was not anticipating that. It was at home in Pittsburgh at a historic church, a historic African-American Baptist church. My grandmother received Christ in this church. That's how old it is. And I just didn't expect that. And so there were people who listened to the podcast who were there and waited in that, and it was in the basement.
Did we even talk about it on the podcast?
No.
How did they know about it?
They may have seen it on my social media, on maybe my Instagram or something, but they thank you for coming. Yafa and Katrina's who I remember specifically, but if you were there and I didn't get your name, I'm sorry, but thank you. But I was there and the sound guy came up to me at that church and was like, "Hey, Miss Sherry," that's today's sweetheart. He said, "Do you remember like when your aunt did that?" And we actually talked about it on the podcast. Your aunt did that recording with her music. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "That was the first time anyone ever let me play keys like in public. Like I didn't know if I was that good." And he said, "And you told me," which I did not remember. You told me, "Well, come on, baby, come play and we'll see. Let's see what you got." You know, that's right. And I was thinking about what we talked about.
Yeah.
Like just do it, just make the music. It doesn't all have, like we're in this fellowship together and he was there. And then someone else said something to me. And then when we're on stage and we're with everybody in the crew and everyone, I said, "Yell out the age you were when you started with me." And 12, 15, 19, 16. And I don't have kids. I am not married. Both of those ships have probably sailed. But I am telling you from experience, you can still pour your life out.
Absolutely.
You can still pour your life out.
Who was I talking about? I was talking about you and that when I had shown you in The Great Divorce.
Yeah, yep.
That woman that like was being trailed by all these kids and all these people, and the onlooker. This is in heaven. And the onlooker's like, well, she must have had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Nope. Didn't have any of these kids.
Yeah.
But they still were her family.
Yeah.
Still, because of the impact that she had on their lives, it gets expanded.
Yeah. It's and you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it. You can do that. You can pour your life out. And I told one of the kids that because the photographer I had didn't come through, and I was like, I don't have anybody, and I was just too busy to think about it. And Vicky, who you know, Victoria, is one of my kids and owns a marketing company. She called me out of nowhere and she said, "Hey, Miss Sherry, I can't come because she's in the military. I have drills, so I can't come." She said, "But I'm sending two of my." God, it makes me want to cry. "I'm sending two of my girls there who work for me, and they're at your disposal." I never said anything to her about it. They're at your disposal. So they'll be taking pictures and they'll be doing video and they'll be all over. They're coming on Friday and they'll just, whatever you need. And I was literally late for the flight and I just, in the car, just cried. And I said to her, you don't even know that I didn't have a photographer, right? And I couldn't even think through it. I said, but I want you to hear me say that this is the benefit of sacrificing your life and pouring your life out. Right. I said, because when I was with you, I was your age right now. And there's a lot of things I could have been doing. There's a lot of places I could have been, but it was, I poured my life out for these kids. I said, and now here you are at your age saying, "Oh, you own a company." And you're like, "Oh, I'm sending two employees out there just because I can't be there and whatever you need." And I said, it's a testament to it. And I know that can get lost in the shuffle. So I always want to encourage people who are single and, you know, while you're waiting or if you're not waiting, whatever the case may be, you still can pour your life out in the service of others. And as my grandmama says, you can't beat God given. So when you do that, it's just, you know, I'm standing on the stage surrounded by, you know, adults with families and kids and everything who started out with me when they were actual babies.
There's another reason I think that's encouraging too for people, just to add something onto it. Like when I was talking to the teachers thing on Thursday night or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Like the idea of sowing and reaping, like the longitudinal aspect of this. So you know, years ago, now you can look back and go, yeah, at the time you could not do that.
Oh, baby, in the time it was stressful and
so
all the
things. You don't get the payoff.
That's right.
And I was thinking for teachers in particular, it's like, okay, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. They're gone. Every year they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. And unless you've been doing it a long time, you don't get. It's just constant seed sowing.
Yes.
You don't see the harvest.
Yes.
And that's discouraging by nature unless you're really mindful of that. That is what you're doing.
Yes, it's a seed sowing ministry.
Yes, I do not control the outcomes.
Yeah.
I am going to continue to love this very difficult person, this very difficult child, this very difficult student. I'm going to love this person. I do, and you're not going to see a major repentance story by May.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Probably not, right? Yeah. So you just not. But looking back, of course, the slightest thing that you said is something that sticks with them for the rest of their lives.
That's so true.
Right. Yes. So, but if you're in the midst of it too, I was just thinking, you probably have to hear people say, like Sherry's saying, so that you go, oh, okay, including people who are parents.
Yeah.
Going, it just seems like a treadmill of seed sowing with no
Guys,
harvest yet.
Look at my mom on the front row of that show.
Right.
How does she know that girl, that girl was
still hasn't shut up?
But now it pays the bill.
Right.
That's
for
what
years.
I told her.
Would you shut up? And then now it's
all of a sudden.
Okay, keep talking.
Yeah, the words pay the mortgage.
All right,
mama.
take it. I guess I'll just
sit here.
Yep. Glad she's still going. Yeah, so I think people need to hear that and be aware of it.
Yeah.
Like the long term looking back, like, wait a second, this problem child's gonna rise up and call me blessed and then take care of me. And I'm like, oh, what? Yep. It's kind of funny. One of our sponsors gave me a T-shirt. I don't know how common this phrase is for a lot of people, but if you follow current events, there's a thing that's going out there called debanking.
Okay. I haven't heard it.
Banks, both in Europe and the United States, have said to certain people, like, you're not allowed to bank here anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because we don't like your point of view in life or whatever.
Okay.
So it's called debanking. America's Christian Credit Union gave me a T-shirt that says "Debank yourself."
Okay.
Which I think is pretty funny.
Okay.
Because it's like, hey, I don't have to do major corporate banking like I have been doing, or I could do this as well. But so they have all the normal like bank services and stuff, and we found them to be wonderful.
They're awesome.
Yep, and their motive has always been for decades, like, how can we join together and fund stuff?
Yeah.
So whereas the profit would have gone to who knows what, it's actually going to missions and ministries and some really good stuff. So if you're interested at all, and it helps the show if you do this, go to BrantHansen.com, scroll down, and then click on the America's Christian Credit Union. We'd totally appreciate it if you would. Hey, a little reminder for you. You know Moses? I bet you do. You bet you've heard of Moses.
I've heard of him.
Pretty big figure in the Bible and stuff. And then in movies. And in the movies, we think of Moses, we think Christian Bale.
Yeah.
We think that other guy from back in the day.
Charlton Heston. Yes.
Little reminder for you. Moses was 80 years old when he did that stuff. Now, Hollywood can't handle that, or they don't think we could handle them actually showing an 80-year-old who's maybe a little decrepit coming out of the desert. Who hasn't really been doing anything positive much in his life.
Right.
That's just too much for them.
Yeah.
They need him to be young and big and handsome and all this. Like, he was 80. And I just want to say this because God will choose who he wants to choose. And maybe by then Moses was weak enough that he could be used by God.
It's like, what a wonderful point.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he was strong enough to kill somebody early in his life.
That's right.
But it's like, no, I'm going to wait until you are weak. And maybe he's going to do the same for us. Sometimes I feel a little bit sorry for the people that work at the coffee shops.
Why?
It just seems like it's not one thing, it's another that customers are coming up with.
Yeah.
Now it's a trend. You bring a mini pumpkin in that you've carved out, and you ask them to put your order into the mini pumpkin, like the coffee.
Like that's going to be your mug.
Yeah.
And I guess that is fall related, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm working, it's just one of those, okay.
Now we're doing this.
You think it's like everybody's doing it. Okay.
All right, hand the pumpkin here.
All right. Yeah. Here's your Frappuccino inside your pumpkin. Just a little reminder for you, if you are a parent or you want to be one, you get a limited amount of time with that kid. If, like, you count all the Sundays that you'll get, all the weekends you get, that's 936. Presuming it ends at age 18.
Okay.
But the honest truth is that well before 18, they're on doing other stuff.
Their own schedules, have a lot going on, yeah.
So we're talking about hundreds, not thousands, a finite number of everything. There's only so many nights tucking them in. There's only so many books you'll be reading. It's a finite thing. I just want to remind you that so you can just appreciate it. Please know something. I am, in fact, the rumors are true. I'm one of those shock jocks.
If you've heard, it's true. Yes.
It's true. And I shock people. I'm a shock jock because I shock people with just information that's like, what? No way. So check this out. There's this eel.
Just one?
Named Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah, this one eel.
Got it.
And you may know that, like, how long does the average eel live? Maybe 15 years. Maybe 20.
I'm not up on eel information.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 is probably what you're right on. Okay. Ollie just passed away last week. Sorry to say.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Again, average life expectancy, 15, 20 years. You know how old he was?
I don't.
155 years old. It's true. This was in Sweden.
Brant, the point of this exercise is for people to take information from our show and use it in their lives, and then they'll say, I got that on the Brant Hansen show. Where are people using eel information?
It doesn't have to be eel information.
It is eel information.
Somebody brings up, he was in Sweden. Somebody brings up Sweden. You can talk about, I heard about this eel in Sweden.
Ollie
when
the
people
eel?
Talk about life expectancies, you'd be
Ollie
like, well,
the
eel.
Okay.
And I know this Ollie the eel.
There's vast application for the Ollie the
plenty.
eel.
You just lack imagination, Sherry. Reading this book called The Art of Spending Money, or Art of Spending or something.
Okay.
But the guy who wrote it, I don't know if he's coming at it from a Christian angle or not. He doesn't reveal anything about that, I don't think. It's a mainstream book. But every conclusion he comes to is like, yeah, man, that's right from the Bible. It's really amazing. He just talks about contentment. It's like, look, you can have a lot and be miserable. You can have a little and be miserable. You can have a little and be rich psychologically.
Yeah.
If you're content, you can be. You can have a lot and be rich psychologically. It's like, it's all about contentment. And one more thing's not going to help. A bigger house is not going to help. He just shows all this data. It's like, it's best to be content in all circumstances.
And you're like, I think I've heard that.
This sounds familiar,
before.
sir. I like it. I had a guy ask me this weekend. He said he's 35. He's been through some stuff in his life, and he's turning it around. And I enjoyed talking with him. And he said, so what would you tell someone my age about what we should ask God for? I'm like, I actually have an answer for this. Ask him for wisdom. Do it. He's like, okay, all right, like, do it. Every decision the rest of your life will be affected by that. Yes. That's what you want. You want it more than anything else. It's more valuable, not just a one-off. It will bear fruit in your life in so many different ways and in the lives of the people around you for the rest of your life. He's like, I'm doing it. Cool, man. I'm glad I actually had an answer this time. Talking about this book, The Art of Spending, and it's about money and happiness and that sort of stuff. It's so interesting. It just came out. And so much of it is so biblical. We were just talking about that. Like, the guy's not necessarily coming from that angle, but he winds up there. Like, it's just echoing themes of scripture about contentment and where real joy comes from. And also, he talks about the absolute despondency that comes from realizing your dreams.
Wow.
Because you realize you're the same person, and it didn't fix the problem.
Realize you're the same person.
Yeah. And he quotes all these different people who got rich or wealthy or whatever, and they're the same people. People like Will Smith. He talks to the Getty guy who's a billionaire, like just empty. Like, I thought this was going to work, and then it doesn't. And you're like, well, where's my joy going to come from? Got some nice shoes, the athletic shoes. They're more than $100.
Well, you walk a lot.
I do.
You do a lot of working out. Yeah.
And this pair squeaked like you wouldn't believe. And I'm like, I paid $120.
Maybe the
That's what I thought. But no, it was loud squeaking, and I eventually took it back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and the guy's like, yeah, they squeak. I'm like, what?
These are squeaky shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guess what? There is now, I'm very pleased to say, a class action lawsuit
against that company.
Customers claiming that on cloud shoes.
Yeah.
That's what I had.
Yes.
And they squeak, so I took them back. And they said they won't stop squeaking as you walk. It's embarrassing. And I don't know how I get in on this, but this could change everything
for you,
for me financially the rest of my life.
The Brant and Sherry Oddcast, sponsored by America's Christian Credit Union. To find out more about the show, go to BrantHansen.com.